What's up, everyone? So I found out that Virginia ranks #1 in education, and that totally might explain a whole lot of shit. Because it seems like was Spin and Freak Out Girl, was it Victoria Justice? It seems like her high school show is how high school is in California, based on Stephanie getting the trombone section and all that bullshit. Hold on a second. Shit. Who would have thought skipping woke school and going to the public library to read a bunch of Myth Inc. books from the 80s for kids who were supposed to be my age in the 80s and when I was in the 90s was the smartest thing ever. Okay, let's do this. We're going to create a character. We're going to create a character the Myth Inc. way, the Myth Inc. books. We're going to study a situation. We're going to create a persona to go with the flow to make sure we can get what we need to get and then use dimensional hopping to get out of there. What? Did you guys see that Dive Studios having another meet greet session with Samsung partners? There's no Tiffany. How come there's no Tiffany? Don't they know that we need to bring it back to 140? Tiffany, why aren't you going to be at Samsung? This is bullshit. We need to protect Tiffany. You know what? As a matter of fact, Sublime, you need to do your job. Protect Tiffany. Protect Tiffany from all the bullshit and make sure she gets to all her things. Everyone, protect Tiffany. I was trying to do it more, but I can't, which is so stupid. How retarded must people's lives be where they were to go stand in line with like a little bring it back to 140. That's why I say Tiffany's jaded. I can't believe she does that shit. It actually made me think of how me and her are like polar opposites because she has like no friends. I mean, she has like no family, but a bunch of friends. I've got like no friends, but sometimes I'll talk to my family. I, I think that's even pushing it. Anyways, I think K-pop is stupid. I think Priscilla Kwan spilt some of the beans though when she said that agencies normally take 30% of the cut. Look, you don't understand. Stephanie was, now that I know, for some reason she couldn't tell me. This is just crazy. I'm still trying. This is where I'm flabbergasted at because normally when people want to steal your money, once they get it, they leave, right? Like after she got the money, she kept like badgering me. And she kept saying how she was going to help me out by paying $20,000 after I gave her $75,000, give or take. That would be about $20,000 of a cut that would be Sublime's for doing that smut horror film that she didn't want to do. She didn't want to do the film and she didn't want to do the music video. Maybe she did, I don't know. All I know is that she seemed like she needed money to break contracts. And now she's probably doing the Chicago bullshit because she's like, I need my image and all that bullshit. These things are so retarded. Like, this is probably also going back to Virginia being #1 in education. I've been kicked out of, look, I've been kicked out of all the schools in Virginia. I had to graduate from a college in Maryland, all right? But even when I was kicked out of school, I would like live next to a high school. When I was working at the CFA Institute in Seville, the Chartered Financial Analyst Institute in Seville, I was like getting paid in books and reading them on finances and shit like that. I was still reading books. So retarded. Ugh. Anyways, if it was Myth Inc. that like protect Tiffany thing I just did, we would put on what was it? a 4XL T-shirt that says like Magnet Moon. I didn't know they made T-shirts in 4XL. Then there would be what was it? We'd have one of those spinny hats like Fozzie from Muppet Babies wears. Remember Muppet Babies? Muppet Babies. It had the little spinny thing. The 80s were so much better than everything else going on now. Yeah, it's not ripping it off if you make it babies. No, we're not ripping off Muppet Babies. Or we're not ripping off the Muppets. They're babies. Anyways, who would have thought? Who would have thought that in 2018, 2019, I was like, oh, I had to play along and use Ashton. Ashton is going to be the key. She's the new one. She's the low-hanging fruit. Stephanie was willing to give me everything the whole time. Holy shit. Going back to like Virginia being more educational than all the other states, I hate to say it like this, because I'm going back to like fifth. If I was in fifth grade, which is like before, that was the last time I had public school. Then I had homeschooling. Then I had to go back to high school. So in elementary school, in fifth grade, the situation with Stephanie and her douchey friends would have happened. Probably what they were trying to say is, look, these are the people you tweet at or whatever the fuck on Twitter. That makes us all pals, so I'll sit by them and then you'll come sit by us and then we can keep on talking. That's like what you do at the lunch table in like kindergarten and fifth grade and shit like that. Hate to say it to you, but that's around the time when I got sent to I got homeschooled. And then when I came back, they kept saying I was getting in trouble because I didn't go along with the crowd, so I kept eating lunch alone. Not like I would go to the lunch table and I would sit down all by myself and no one wanted to be my friend. No, they were like, you're not allowed to sit with other people. You have to go over here, eat lunch where we can see you so you don't get into trouble. And I was like, why? You tell people no. You tell people how to get away with things. I was like, it's a free country, isn't it? Like, we don't like your attitude. We're old fucking white ladies who wear muumuus and turbans and all that bullshit. Because that's what public school is like, at least as I remember it. But no, when I say shit like, holy fuck, it seems like they're operating on like an elementary school level. They are. They are. Like in a kind of fucked up way. I'm like, am I being harsh? They weren't. They weren't lucky enough to have the ability to skip school like I was and then go read books in the public library. If they did, maybe they wouldn't be so retarded. Maybe there'd be one less rhinoplasty out there if more people just skipped school and read books. But you can't say that. Anyways, wow. So in New York, people like all year round, like what was it? There were some bitches at that last thing I remember. They were telling me how they were making $30,000 a year and they want to be boss babe feminist bitches in New York City. That bitch is probably miserable because she's definitely in New York or New Jersey because she's in that area. She's definitely making 30K, so she's probably got like five roommates and they all probably share a toilet. And her life is probably fucking miserable. And right now she's like, oh, in about a month I can go to the Samsung store and give them all of my money and look at some CIA information assets and yell at them and say, bring it back to 140. When I was younger, everyone was like, what do you want to be when I grow up? And everyone was like, I want to be a rock star. I want to be an astronaut. I said, I want to be left alone. 'Cause everyone's always bothering and badgering and annoying. All that bullshit. I don't mean it in a negative way. I probably really am just way smarter. I guarantee you this whole issue is that I'm just way smarter than Stephanie. So, like, look, you understand, she's, even with the botched nose job, she's still wicked hot. She's just so fucking stupid. And even then, I wouldn't go around calling her stupid every day unless she was doing stupid things, like stealing from children and all that bullshit. But even then, if she would just do what I said, that would be fine. She can ask for things all day long, and I'd probably just give it to her. But this entitlement, and I guarantee you, she's like, well, this is what you made me go through when you didn't notice me. But that's not the same thing because you like specifically demanded I get your attention and then you started acting cunty. I may have been cunty to you because I didn't know who the fuck you were. You wouldn't tell me. You were just singing about it on LA local news and upset I didn't see it in DC. Oh yeah. You know what? So what was it? Some of those other bitches were going on the local news in LA. So Stephanie had to go on the local news in LA. You didn't tweet about it. That's how I saw it. They tweeted about it. Holy shit. Holy shit. That's what everyone means by social media is replacing. Oh my God. Stephanie's got a boomer handler, and they're like, we're going to get you all the publicity. We'll put you on MTV and on the news and everything. But even back in 2018, the news was Twitter. Oh well. Oh well. Just protect Tiffany. It was bullshit. Do you guys know? You know what? We're gonna organize protests. We're gonna get signs and protect Tiffany. You have to protect Tiffany. Can't believe it. Bring Tiffany to the thing and protect her. Sublime, do your job. All right. Myth Inc. was the best books ever. All right. Peace out.